right, yep, it's story time. Okay, everybody face this way. We're not using the board right now. Minna.
Nope. Leave it on your table. Don't take it to your mailbox. Leave it on your table. We have to read it with partners next, okay?
Push your chair in.
Take a seat, Sophia.
Thank
you. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I think I'm really gonna
You'll
love it.
see. Okay, so I went looking for a book the other day that I thought all of you would like because I think I've gotten to know you a little bit better since I first got here. And I think you're really, really going to like this book. It's all about families.
I think I'm really gonna like this.
I think you're all really going to like it.
Yay!
So this book right here is called 100 is a Family. Now everyone knows what a family is, but sometimes family can mean different things to different people. Let's keep our voices off and look up here, okay? Sometimes family can mean different things to different people. So with my family, we do some things maybe differently than your family does. So my family, we go to church together every Sunday. Does anybody else go to church sometimes? Yeah? Okay. What are some other things that your families do together? I'm going to write it up here so we can all talk about what our families do. So I said my family goes to church, so I'll go ahead and write church.
James can't see.
Okay, does anyone else want to tell me something their family does together? Alice.
We go to a restaurant.
A restaurant? Oh my goodness, I love restaurants. So you eat together, don't you?
Yeah, we eat together.
Yes, eat. Anybody else? I think I saw Alayla. What do you do with your family?
We go to the store and shop.
You shop. I love it. Did anybody's mommies go shopping on Black Friday?
Nine.
Yep. Okay. Hamina.
Walmart.
Walmart, yes. That's a big family thing
I
to do
like
together.
Walmart. Me too.
All right, let's keep our voices off in the background so we can hear what all our friends do with their family. Oslo.
Play outside.
Play outside. I love it. What game do you play outside? Do you play any games?
Hide and seek.
Hide and seek. Perfect. I'm going to write that one up there. So different families maybe play different games. Some families might like to play baseball together. Some families on Thanksgiving might like to play football. A lot of families do that. All right, I'm going to take two more. Caleb, what does your family do?
I go fishing with my dad and sister.
You play with your dad and sister?
No, I go fishing.
You go fishing? Oh, I love that one. I've gone fishing with my dad and sister before too. Okay, let's see. Last one. James is sitting there so quietly. You went to Tennessee. Do you have family that lives in Tennessee maybe? Did you do that for Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Oh, that is awesome. All right, so I'm going to write travel. And a lot of you are talking about what you did over Thanksgiving break. So a lot of your families probably celebrated Thanksgiving, right? Raise your hand if you celebrated Thanksgiving. Yeah? Okay, so that's something our families can do together. Okay, shh, keep your voice down. Okay. All right, so see all these things that some of y'all told me? We have church, we have shopping, we have Walmart, we have eating, fishing, Thanksgiving, traveling, and we play games outside. And all of our families kind of do some different things, don't we? We all do different things. We aren't all the same. So this book is all about the things that different families do. But I have to tell you a secret. You can put your hand down. I have to tell you a secret. Some of these words in this book might be a little bit hard. But it's okay because we're going to learn the words because we're going to look at the pictures, and those are called clues. So we're going to look at the pictures and use those clues, and we're also going to listen to the words that I'm reading and use those clues too, okay? And so we might have to ask some questions about what these words mean to really figure out what they mean. And I'm going to show you an example of what that is, just so you can know. All right. Do you see this huge word right here? It might be a little hard to see because it's kind of tiny. This big word that starts with a T right here. Traditions. Does anyone know what a tradition is? Don't tell me, just raise your hand if you know what it is. See, there's only a couple of us that know what a tradition is. I kind of had a hard time with this word too. But let's maybe look at the picture and see if we can see any clues. about what a tradition might be. So this page says 7 is a family keeping traditions of the past. So it says that word past, and then it talks about a family, and then we see some dragons here. It might look, do they look happy or sad?
Happy.
They look really happy. You think maybe they're celebrating something?
Yeah.
I think they might be celebrating something. So they might be celebrating a holiday, you think? Like Thanksgiving was a holiday, we celebrate that, or some of us celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah. We celebrate all sorts of different things, but this family, you know, have you ever heard of the Chinese New Year?
Oh, yes.
You have? See, some of us have heard of that. That is a tradition in China of celebrating the New Year, and they have this big, huge festival, and it's so much fun. And you know what? That tradition has been passed down from generation to generation to generation. And some families even celebrate it in the United States. So a tradition is something that has been passed down from generation to generation. And now we know what that big word is by looking at the pictures and asking questions. So we're going to do that with some more books, with some more words in this book, okay? Yep, you can celebrate Halloween. All right, okay, keep our voices down. Let's listen to the book, okay? It's called 100 is a Family. That's the title of our book. It's got some numbers in it too, so be listening for the numbers. Okay. 1 is a family finding a place to call home. Oh, look at him moving. 2 is a family starting a new life of their own. 3 is a family counting the sparkling stars at night. Oh, see, all these families are doing some different things together, right? Just like we do. 4 is a family waking to morning's first light. Oh. 5 is a family planting seedlings in the ground. Uh-oh. I see a word that I don't really know that well. The word is seedlings. Does anybody else not know what that is? Is anyone else kind of confused about that word? Raise your hand. Yeah, I'm a little confused about the word seedlings. I've heard of the word seed before. Have you heard of the word seed? You know what a seed is. But what's the difference between a seed and a seedling? All right, I want you all to look at the picture. Look at the picture and really just focus on it. Everybody look. Can everybody see it? Okay, so now I want you to find a partner and turn and talk to them and just say what you think maybe a seedling would be based on the picture. You can ask some questions.
We don't know.
Okay. Tell your partner. Okay, we'll find out. Okay, Oslo, I heard your group say something kind of interesting. What did you just say?
I said a seed.
It kind of looks like a seed. Does anyone else think that maybe?
Yeah.
Kind of looks like a seed. But let's ask ourselves some questions to help us figure out what this word means. So this kind of could look like a seed, but what's different about this than a seed? Can anyone raise their hand and tell me? Alayla, what is it? What's different? Maybe, let me give you a hint. What's this right here? It's a plant. Do seeds usually have plants in them already before you plant them? No, you're right. So maybe a seedling is a seed that's already sprouted a little bit that you're planting into the ground. Does that make sense? Wow, look at that. We just figured out that big old word by just asking questions and looking at the pictures. I'm so proud of all of you. That is awesome.
It's like this thing.
All right, so 5 is a family planting seedlings in the ground. 6 is a family eating and passing bread around. 7 is a family keeping traditions of the past. You know, we might have had a hard time with that word if we hadn't asked some questions about it earlier. Now we know what traditions are. Can anyone tell me what a tradition is? Jackson?
A tradition is when you do something.
When you do something like with your family. Yep, and it's passed from generation to generation.
Or with your dad or with your mom.
Yep. 8 is a family quilting strong stitches that last. And 9 is a family remembering other times and places. 10 is a family cheering runners around the bases. Oh, we talked about baseball. 20 is a family hiking on dusty mountain trails. And 30 is a family listening to campfire tales. 40 is a family bringing the harvest in, ripen. I don't think I've ever heard that word. So let's think about what we did before. So we turned and talked to our partners about what we think ripen might mean. Look at the pictures and notice the fruit, and they're harvesting. So turn and talk to your partner and see if you can figure out what that word means. You might have to ask questions.
I don't know.
All right, Jackson and Liam, I see some good conversation going on over there. What do you think?
We think it's a fruit.
You think it's a fruit? Okay. Ripen. So we see some fruits over here and vegetables, so that could be a really good guess. Another word I see in here is harvest, though. Do we know when we went to the pumpkin farm, do you remember when they harvested those pumpkins or the strawberries? When, Alice? Did they harvest them before they were ready?
No.
No, they had to be ready, right? Before you could pick them and take them home and eat them. They had to be ready. So maybe ripened means the fruit is ready to eat. Do you think so? Raise your hand if you think that's what it means. Okay, I think so too. So we just learned another new word by asking questions. That is awesome. All right. 50 is a family mending after an angry wind. Mending. Okay, that's another word. It's a little bit hard. So let's do this one together again. 50 is a family mending after an angry wind. Let's look at this. What does it look like this is wrong with this house? Okay, raise your hand. Raise your hand. Someone else tell me. Sophia.
It's broken.
It's broken. You're right.
It's
So,
damaged.
50 is a family mending after an angry wind. Now raise your hand and tell me what it looks like they're doing to this house. Alayla. Well, I think it was already broken.
I think
They're trying to fix it. So what do you think mending means? Raise your hand.
fixing.
Raise your hand and tell me. Ozza. Fixing. So 50 is a family mending or fixing after an angry wind. 60 is a family sharing a neighborhood street. And 70 is a family fixing a festive place to meet. Oh, look at them. They're just decorating. 80 is a family singing a round of joyful songs. And 90 is a family knowing they all belong. 100 is a family caring for the fragile universe. And making life better for everyone on earth. The end. I am so proud of all of you for finding out those really, really hard words. They're not so hard anymore though, are they?
No, because we just learned it and we looked at the pictures.
Right, because I like that, because we looked at the pictures and we used that as a clue. Raise your hand, tell me, we used it as a what? Alice? A clue. So we used the pictures as a clue. And what else, what did we ask each other? Sophia?
We asked each other to like something like
Yeah, we asked each other some questions, maybe to try to figure out what they mean, right? So whenever you have a really hard word in your book, you can ask questions and look at the pictures and use all the clues to find out what the words mean. That is exactly what we're going to do next time we have a book that's kind of hard to read, okay? I'm so proud of you all, and you did such a good job.
If you try your best and you can't do it, you can just ask I never tell you, and then they know what it is. And then
You're right. If you ask for help, that's another way you can do it.
And then they can tell you, and then you know what it is.
Yep. Okay, good job. Everyone can go back to your seat now. I'm so proud of you all.
You're using her strategies just like she did to figure out those words in your crab book. You may turn and talk to someone at your table about your crab book, just like Miss Williams showed you. Use those clues if you forget a word, okay?
Miss Outlet, I'm tired.
Are you? Yeah, it's hard to come back to school.
Either